Marvel Studios, whether you like them or not, have undeniably cornered the market on superhero movies. And with an exciting slate of films going all the way to 2019, it may beg the question, when will Marvel fail? I personally do not think they failed yet. There have been one or two hiccups along the way, but I have never left a Marvel movie and said, that was bad. Every single one I've enjoyed. So today, I'm running through 6 movies and or scenarios in which Marvel could potentially fail. Bear in mind as you watch this that I highly doubt Marvel actually will fail for at least a few more years. First up, some movies. Ant-Man might be the first problem. Now I started writing this video before the second Ant-Man trailer came out, which I have to admit looks awesome. But still, this film has had so many problems leading up to its upcoming release. First off, it's been in development since 2006. Usually movies in development hell don't turn out that great. Secondly, Edgar Wright left the project, which sucks. When the news first came out that he was leaving, I was like, oh well, that's sad for him, but it can't be that bad. That was before I'd seen any of Edgar Wright's movies. This film would have been amazing with him on board. Really weird, but still amazing. But it was passed on to Peyton Reed, who's directed all of these movies that I haven't seen. So look, I didn't hate the first trailer, I just thought it looked really uninteresting. But I will concede that the new trailer looks pretty darn amazing. Next, Doctor Strange. This is probably the one I'm least concerned about out of all of these. There are 2 main reasons I think this could go slightly off the rails. One, it took a long time to cast Doctor Strange. A bunch of names were floating around, and if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure Joaquin Phoenix was going around the country buying Doctor Strange comics. But anyway, while I am happy to see Benedict Cumberbatch get the role, when it takes a long time to cast a lead, it usually isn't a great sign. Secondly, Doctor Strange as a character. Now, hold on, Doctor Strange fans. I like him as a character. He isn't, my favorite superhero ever, but I like his character arcs. What I mean is that this character is really out there as far as weird. An argument can be made that Guardians of the Galaxy was the weirdest Marvel could go, but this is up there. With magic and portals and other dimensions and time rifts and spells, this is going to be an all-over-the-place movie. However, The Avengers was kind of an all-over-the-place movie, and it ended up being awesome. So maybe I'm just judging too early. Alright, Inhumans. I'm not so sure about this one. I know that the immediate argument is Marvel made Guardians of the Galaxy work. They can do Inhumans. That may very well be true, and this will probably end up being great, but I feel like Marvel is banking on Guardians of the Galaxy a bit too much. And don't get me wrong, I love Guardians more than anyone, but I think Marvel is now like, let's take every comic book no one ever read and make it into a movie. I know, there are big Inhumans fans out there. I actually really like Black Bolt, and I think he's an interesting character. But here's another thing. One of the main reasons Guardians worked was the humor. And granted, I haven't read a lot of Guardians comics or Inhumans comics, but from what I have read, the Guardians are usually wisecracking kind of guys in the comics, while the Inhumans are a bit more serious. I'm not saying Marvel can't make this a funny movie, I'm just saying that the self-referential humor was a big part of what made Guardians great. And my last movie concern is Spider-Man. Yeah, I said it. Now Marvel Studios will probably make an amazing film with the character. I actually made a whole video about it if you want to hear my thoughts. But there are 1 or 2 reasons why this could go wrong. First off, from what I'm understanding, Sony still has final creative say on the character, and I think we all know that they aren't the best with creative choices. Also, Marvel has done so well because they made arguably the most successful and beloved superhero franchise with heroes that people liked but weren't top tier. Spider-Man is one of the most popular Marvel characters, and Marvel Studios has worked so well without those. But once again, I have to say, I'm still ridiculously excited about seeing Marvel's take on the character. Okay, these last 2 aren't movies, but rather scenarios in which Marvel could falter. Firstly, recasting. This is inevitably going to happen pretty soon. A lot of the actors' contracts run out after Infinity War, but some even run out after Civil War or even Age of Ultron. It does seem that Marvel's building up new characters with new actors, like Black Panther, Captain Marvel, Inhumans, Doctor Strange, and to a smaller extent the TV heroes, like Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Iron Fist, and Luke Cage. But 2 possible issues. 1, what if those characters don't click with audiences? Realistically, they probably will, but there's always the possibility that people won't like them. And 2, even if people do like the new characters, when the original actors that we've gotten so attached to leave, Robert Downey Jr., Chris Evans, Chris Hemsworth, there will be fan backlash for sure, especially if they try to recast those classic MCU characters. They're saying that they're going to make Iron Man a James Bond thing, cycling in and out actors. I don't really like that, and I don't think it would work. What I would do is have Tony Stark retire for real this time, and then a couple years down the line, when there's the climax of the entire MCU, and they need everyone, Tony Stark, still played by Robert Downey Jr., comes back as an older hero, Kingdom Come style. I personally think this would work because no matter how old he is, Stark can still be awesome because he's in the suit. I have no problem with introducing new characters and casting the old ones aside temporarily, but I think recasting the roles isn't the way to go. And the final possible time when Marvel could fail is if Kevin Feige, the president of Marvel Studios and the executive producer on all these films, leaves the studio. Now, these movies have varying directors, varying writers, varying pretty much everything, and yet all of them are at the very least good. And Kevin Feige is really the glue that keeps the quality consistent. Don't get me wrong, I'm not taking any credit away from the cast and the directors of the movies, but Feige is a smart, funny guy who knows how to produce great, profitable movies. He knows what audiences like and want, and he delivers it. He learns from his mistakes. If you haven't got it yet, I really respect and like this guy, and if he leaves, I think it might be the end of this epic cinematic universe. It might become the Pixar problem, where they make amazing film after amazing film, and then they sort of just dip in quality. I can see this possibly happening to Marvel if Kevin Feige leaves. So, those are the times when Marvel might fail. Honestly, I don't think any of these will really be bad scenarios. Well, maybe except for Kevin Feige leaving. Anyway, when do you think they'll fail? Do you think they'll fail at all? Let me know in the comments. Hit the like button, and subscribe for more videos like the one you just watched. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.